Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdoms. And in today's episode, we're going to be doing some more work on the barn that we started last episode. I did some work on it between episodes as well. I finished, well, I shouldn't say finished, but I filled in the roof and finished filling in the sides here. We're going to add some more detail to this section and this section for sure, because they're looking pretty bland right now. So we're going to do something about that in today's episode, actually. I think we're going to probably finish this project today. Also, I finally got around to going back and reading through all the comments suggesting names for our farming village. And there were some really good suggestions, just tons and tons of good ones. There was some stuff in Irish, there was some stuff in Swedish and Latin and all sorts of crazy things. And I finally settled on one, and I didn't want to do another village in Latin. Like, there was a lot of people that suggested that I basically name this the Latin word for farm, or the Latin word for fields, or, you know, things like that. And I didn't really want to do that. Because I don't really want to set like a precedent where every village and kingdom needs to be named after something in Latin. But then I came across a comment by Flaming Gamer. It was back on actually the very first episode where we were working on the farming village. It was by Flaming Gamer, and he suggested that we name the farming village. Well, I should say he or she. He or she suggested that I name the farming village Annona. And Annona is basically the Roman goddess of subsistence, of grain and corn and subsistence, and I thought that was very fitting for a farming village, and it has a nice ring to it. That's the other part of it as well. Like, part of the reason I chose Altum for Altum is that, yes, it's the Latin word for elevation, for high, you know, and it sits on top of a mountain, so it's fitting in that way, but it also sounds nice. It has a nice ring to it, Altum, and I think Annona is also a word that has a nice ring to it as well. So that's what we're going to go with. We're going to name the farming village Annona, and all of you who did leave suggestions, thank you. I do appreciate it. There was so many good ones, and it was kind of a hard decision, but this is the one that I finally settled on after a while. So, we want to work on the barn a bit more today, I think. Let me just grab a few different things here. We'll probably need some trapdoors, maybe some oak fences. That should be enough for the time being. Actually, I'm probably going to want some more bone blocks. So what we have here, what I did between episodes, I filled in the walls, as I said, and I kind of divided this little section here with the wall. I made a little staircase that comes up here and over and then down into this area, which I thought was kind of cool. The windows aren't centered from this angle, from inside the room, but they look good from the outside. They're centered from the outside. It's because this wall is a solid wall, so that we can have that depth right here. So that was kind of a necessary evil, but it's all good. Let's get up here. There we go. And I'm thinking, like, right here, we're going to make a little post that comes down. How's that look? That looks pretty good. We'll do that, kind of divide that section up. And then I'm thinking over here, we're going to do something as well. And I'm thinking, like, right... Would that be centered? That would be centered. Let's kind of bring this out to about here or so. Yeah, that looks good. And then we'll bring bone blocks here, I think. Oh man, this is a lot smaller than I thought it would be, though. Let's make that a little bigger. Let's bring that out one more. So we'll have 5 in between. And we're just going to bring it out one block. Like that. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. To about here. And then this little section will bring out and up. Like this. And that looks good. And then what that does is right here, that opens up some space for us. So we can actually have a bit more space, like right here, and then I can put maybe a couple of too tall windows like that. Something along these lines, and kind of bring that over. And then here, let's think about our roof a little bit. I'm thinking we'll probably want our roof to go here and out, and then here and out. And I'm thinking this is going to be a really kind of gradual slope. Otherwise, it's going to look a little funky. All right, guys, I am back. So we're going to try something completely different. And we're actually going to do a roof that comes up and intersects with this roof. Hi, Endermite down there. Got him. Okay, there we go. So we're going to try something a little bit different here, and I think we'll go maybe one here. Oh, man, that's actually quite a distance. Let's go maybe here and here. And I should also mention, somebody had said in the comments at one point, someone said in the comments at one point that true Tudor style actually has relatively low roofs, or maybe it was low ceilings, but I feel like they said low roofs, and that may be true. I mean, I will say I'm not an expert when it comes to architecture. I just like to build pretty things, but this is also kind of fantasy, and when I say Tudor style, it's not really necessarily true Tudor style. It's just kind of drawing inspiration from Tudor style, if that makes any sense whatsoever. It may not. But yeah. So we're going to do something like this, I think. And then here, let's see, that'd be a full block, that'd be a stair, and that would be a stair. So we get something going kind of like that, which I think looks good. Yeah. I can dig that. I like the way that looks. I think that's good. This, maybe we just put a couple fences in back here just to kind of do something with that space a little bit, make it look a little bit more supported. I'm good with that. I mean, and I should say, you know, when it comes to this oak roof, normally when I'm building, I would use a highlight block on the outside of the roof and then fill the inside in with a different color. But the oak is relatively close to the color of thatch, and it kind of gives you that thatch feel if you use your imagination a little bit. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. And that's why the roof is all one solid color. Because it's kind of, I want it to give you that thatch feeling, even though it's not actually thatch. If that makes any sense. Maybe I'm just talking in circles, but it makes sense in my brain. It was something like that. Yeah. So let's just kind of grab some diorite. Do a little of this, just to kind of mix some of this in over here. And then I'm thinking maybe we mix in a little bit of mossy as well, just to make it seem like it's kind of wet down here, kind of damp. Because I would think that a cellar, you know, if it was actually a cellar, it would be a little damp, right? That would make sense to me. And yeah, I like the way that feels. I think that is a good feel to it. Now, we need to kind of work out the lighting in here, and it is very dark. I just realized that. Let's maybe bring a cross beam here. And maybe we go every other with a cross beam. That could be good. Kind of like that. Kind of holding everything up. And then here we do planks like that. And this one we leave. Can I get down if I... No, I can't. Okay. So maybe that one we leave as it was. And then we put a torch here and here. And that I think I'm just going to leave alone. Also, I torch spammed this entire area. Torch spam is only temporary, my friends. Don't worry. Don't worry, it's only temporary. Those of you who've been watching me for a while know how much I absolutely hate torch spam. Now, let's take a look at this thing. We've got this side basically worked out from the outside. This side is pretty much good from the outside. This side needs some love, and this side needs some love as well. So, let's see. And when you come inside, you've got the basement that comes down and will store stuff down in the basement. And I think that has a good feel to it. Yeah. And then here we'll store hay bales and things like that. I think I'm going to retexture the hay bales, by the way. I'm not sure if I've mentioned that or not, but I think that's something that needs to be done. And I just need to figure out how I want to retexture it. I'm considering just getting rid of the bands altogether. I'm also considering not getting rid of the bands and just greatly changing the, basically sucking all the saturation out of the color. That's also a potential option. We'll have to see. Let's see here. So I think next we'll do something with this side, and I don't necessarily want this on that other side, but at the same time, it wouldn't necessarily look bad either. So, let's see, that would leave us a gap of 3, which is not a lot of space. Not a lot of space at all when we're talking this depth type stuff. We could, however, bring these guys up like that, and then fill this in, and then we'd have kind of the space we need. So maybe we'll do that. Or we could put logs there as well. What do we think of that? Is that... that's not bad. That's not bad. That might just do the trick. Maybe we just go with logs here. Which is a little boring. It's not super exciting, but it works. And then here we'd have a window. Just kidding. This goes... That's right. I forgot about the weird shape of this thing. So in that case, that's going to change some of our plans a little bit. So I think what we'll do here is something a little different. Knowing that this is where the floor essentially begins, because down here's the basement. I think what we'll do is I'll make like a little marker right here, and then we'll go... Give me an ender pearl. I'll go up here. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's go take a look real quick. How's it look over here? I used spruce stairs. Okay. Let's take a look and see where I'm at with spruce stairs. Do I have any? How's that look? That looks good. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, cool. So now we need to do a roof for that section. So let's see. If we go here and out. Oh. Let's try the out again. There we go. Out and over. And then here and out and over. And maybe we go up 1. And then over 1. Over, let's see. I'm just trying to kind of work this out. Like that. And over. Here we're 1 apart, which I think is fine. We'll do that. And then right here, we'll do this. And that should basically intersect in all the right places. Come on, get up there. There we go. That looks good. Right here, we need a stair and a stair. And this little part right here, I'm not so sold on. I'm thinking we'll go... I'm almost tempted to put a bone block, like right... Oh, man. That's going to be hard to get. Right there. And right there. And then do logs coming like that. And maybe there. How's that look? That's super dark up top, though. I don't think I like that. Yeah, I don't like that. So we'll get... I fell. Try again. Oh, come on now. There we go. Much better. So why don't we do this? Let's tear all this out. Well, not all of it, but enough of it. Grab this stuff. And we're just going to replace this section right here with bone blocks. And then we will bring our logs across right there. Yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think we can add just a little bit to it if we put a fence right there. Just one. Just one fence. Yeah, it's not bad. That's not bad. That'll do. And then this side, this whole side then looks actually interesting instead of boring and not exciting. So I think that's a definite improvement over what we had. And that's the goal, is to make it look better. So what do we think? Yeah, that looks good, and it looks good from up there. It looks good from here. I think we're good. Okay, I'm going to go grab some ender pearls. I'm going to see what I can work out on that last side, and I'll be back with you in just a sec. All right, guys, I am back. So I wanted to do something relatively simple on this side. I didn't want to get super overcomplicated with yet another part just kind of sticking out and calling that the answer. So this is what I did. Now, what I've been thinking is maybe, just maybe, and we've got this is our doorway, and it's actually not symmetrical. I just realized that. Let's actually fix this. I want these doors to be the same size on either side, because that just makes sense to me. The doors would be the same. There we go. We may have to rework this a bit. I think we probably are going to have to rework this stairwell, because this is driving me crazy. I like the idea of the loft that kind of goes up. I think that's a really cool idea. But I'm not liking certain things about it. Maybe we'll go ladders. Maybe we'll make a ladder that goes to like here, and then you can get up and in or something. And we're going to have to do something with this space up here as well. Just because that's not a good look. This hard transition, I don't like it. But I'm thinking for over here, right, on this little section, I'm thinking we're going to have like kind of a crane or like a lift of some sort that helps lift hay bales up into the barn. I think that'll be kind of cool. So what we're going to do is something kind of like this. And then we'll make basically just a staircase that kind of comes out. I don't know. Now that I'm looking at this, maybe we put it over here. Yeah, that might work. And then we're just going to put some sort of like guide block right here. And I think it really only needs to be about that big. And then we're going to put fence gates like this. Can I? Oh, it won't let me. Let's do that. There we go. So we get this kind of fence gate type thing that comes down here. And then this would be like our rope. Oh, need to go underneath. Oh, that doesn't look good. Let's go maybe a stair? Yeah, I think a stair's the way to go, except I want the stair going down like that. And then this right here, this is our actual lift thing. So, like that. And is it possible for me to place this? Oh, it is. Look at that. That's beautiful. So we'll do that. And then thanks to super awesome Minecraft 1.9 trapdoor mechanics, we can do something like that. And I think that looks really good. Except I'm not a huge fan of the way that these fences kind of do their thing. I think I would like it better if it was something more like this. Maybe? Do I like that? I don't really care for that either. I feel like it needs to be up higher. Maybe we bring these parts out. Like so. And do this. Oh, and that one too. There we go. Maybe we do that. Does that look good? That does not look good. That looks terrible. This looks completely horrible. Okay. You know what it probably is? It's probably that I'm trying to go diagonal, and it looks too busy. So instead of trying to go diagonal and put the ropes, if you will, in the corners, let's try just doing this. Let's just bring it out and down like so, and see what we think of that. Yeah, that's definitely an improvement. I think it would be better like this. Yep, that looks good to me. And then maybe here, or maybe here, we put something like that, like a support type deal. That's floating. I don't like the look of floating. Floating is not a good look. Maybe like this. Don't really like that either. Let's try spruce as a log. Ah, there we go. That's a bit more like it. We'll do something like that. And this is like our little crane that you use to lift hay bales and stuff like that. Once we actually get some hay bales, we will use those up here to kind of show that that's what this is for. Maybe we do something like that. And maybe... Oh, I'm fresh out of fences. Okay. Maybe instead we do oak fences going across like that, or is that too much? I think that's way too much. I think that's, yeah, that's not a good look. Okay, so let's just do away with those. I mean, I'm actually really happy with the way that this barn as a whole has turned out. I think it looks really good. So we've got our little crane type thing over here that's used for lifting grain up into the barn. I may change this, I may revise this design, but I like the concept of it. Then we've got our little cellar down here where we'll store some goods and things like that. We've got a big loft up here. We still need the ladders. And we still need to do something up here with this area. So let's work on that really quick. And I think I'm going to keep it very, very simple. I just want to cover up this ugliness right here. So I think what I'm going to do is something kind of like this. There we go. And you guys have probably seen me do this roof before. On multiple occasions, I think. There we go. That looks good. And let's just fill this bit here in with slabs. I need more slabs. Ba-dum. Bump, bump. Bump. Bump, bump. Bump, bump, bump. There we go. I'll put a torch here and here. Just so there is actually light up here. So nothing can spawn. And then we'll fill that in as well. There we go. We get rid of the random torch in the wall up there. And that random torch in the wall up there. And we'll think about some other lighting solutions that maybe make a little bit more sense. Something like this. I don't know. We'll figure out the lighting a little bit. But I think that is a much simpler and more interesting roof. I want to do something here as well. Maybe here we just bring a support beam across like that. That could be kind of interesting. Yeah, that's not bad. And then let's see if we got any ladders, just so we can work out the entrance to this area up here, because it's probably important that we can actually get to all the places within the barn. And I don't think there's a way for us to work out a staircase. Do I not have any ladders? I don't think I do. What do you know? That's all right. We'll just make like 9 of them. That should be way more than we actually need, but that's all good. Okay, and Ender Pearl. Bam. Okay, so we could just keep it really simple and do something like this. And that may be what we actually do. It's just a real simple little ladder that... Oh, that's boring, though. That's really boring. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. So let's do this instead. We'll just take some oak fences and do something like this. And then we'll bring our ladders up here. And you still kind of come over. Yeah, that's better. And maybe we extend this over a tiny bit. And maybe we only do one set of fences, now that I'm kind of looking at it. Maybe we just do the one oak fence right here. And then right here, that's not going to work. Although here, we could instead maybe put oak logs and put fences on top of that. Do we like that? Do I like that better? No, I don't. That's too much. That's way too much. But we'll go with the slabs. We'll go with the slabs right here. And that looks good. And then you kind of come up and around and you have access to this area. So that way there's a way to actually access that portion of the barn. I'm going to put a torch down there. I think this is all good over here. Yeah. Okay. So awesome. The barn is complete. A Tudor-style barn, or a medieval, I guess a medieval barn would probably be a more adequate name for it. Unlike any barn I've ever built before, that's for sure, but I quite like the way that it turned out. And guys, I am most certainly out of time for this episode. So, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.